I think that I'm going to hiding somewhere by a gated star. Baby, they ain't never gonna find me.
Hey, Tequila peeps! Happy Hump Day! Happy Wednesday! Welcome to this episode of Q&A with the Hombre, where I'm here to answer your questions, call you names, do whatever you want. I mean, I can do whatever you want me to do. We can fight over stuff, whatever you want to do. So those of you that weren't there last night or didn't check it out yet, make sure you check out the Hombre Cave YouTube channel, and check out the aging project stuff we're working on. I was just looking at some of the bottles. The changes are ridiculous that I've seen so far, and it's only been like less than 24 hours. So these are gonna be really cool. What we're gonna do on the Hombre Cave channel is check in like every week, and we might even check in with these on Friday, just for the heck of it, because the changes I'm seeing so far are pretty drastic on them. So make sure you tune in. We may do a thing on Friday. We'll check in on these and then go over the football for this weekend. I think the football episode we did last week was really cool, where we talked about all the games, and I ended up picking all of the winners except for one. I covered every game except for one, so that was kind of cool. Is that right? The only one? Yeah, the only one I didn't cover was the Giants game, Giants-Vikings game. That's the only one. So, and then if you guys haven't seen it yet too, I posted a trailer on the Lego roller coaster that I built on there as well, because I'm working on a Lego city in the garage here at the Hombre Cave. So I'm going to feature some cool things on that. I've got it all lit, so at night we can turn on the lights on the city, and it has working traffic lights and all kinds of cool things. So I'll do some more content on that. I did post a stogie order that came in, and I'll post, and I just got another order in today, so I'll post another video on that. I got some really good ones I want to tell you guys about. And so we have some good stuff happening on the Hombre Cave. So if you're not already a subscriber, make sure you head on over to the Hombre Cave and subscribe to that, and it's going to be supplemental content to what we do here. So like I do a review here, and then we'll talk about the tequila and get more in depth, and I'll like revisit it and stuff there on the Hombre Cave, where you guys can ask questions and we can talk about, because sometimes things like that change up. So hey, greetings from Illinois. Maybe this is off topic, but my wife loves a good margarita. Have you ever discussed quality mixers? The only quality mixers that you want to use are real fruit juices. I don't use any mixers. I use real juices. So for example, on a margarita, I like the Tommy's margarita recipe. And so the Tommy's margarita uses tequila, lime, and agave nectar. Okay. And so the agave nectar that I use is even like a really good high quality agave nectar. So it's a little more expensive, but it's not diffused. It's not made with a diffuser. It's called the Senior Mage. And you can buy it on Ferment and Still. I made sure we carry it there. It's by the Mage Spirits, and they do it just by, producing your traditional tequila, but then they just make it agave nectar versus using a diffuser. So it's not diffused at all. So they're not using young agave and stuff, and it's super delicious. It's the best agave nectar out there. And just so you know, if you do buy a bottle of it, keep it in the refrigerator, because if you don't, it will ferment in the closet. I found this out, and it'll keep popping the cork off the top of it. So keep it in the refrigerator so it doesn't ferment out while it's sitting in your pantry. Hey Chris, how you doing? What foods do you like pairing with tequila? I don't think there's any foods I don't like pairing with tequila. But I do a lot of tacos, so I love a good taco. Good afternoon. Thanks for all the tips. You're welcome, GMP. Thank you for coming, and bienvenido. Welcome to the Q&A. We always get a good group of people here, so we always have a good time on noon edition of Q&A. I'm doing a tequila tasting with a few friends who are not into tequila, more into whiskey and rum. How would you approach this? Well, what I would do is I would blow their minds, okay? I would start out first, if they're into whiskeys and rums, I would start out first with maybe an añejo or extra añejo, because that's what kind of they're used to. And I'd pick like, a fairly decent one to start with, nothing like super amazing. But then I would say, okay, this first one we're going to do is we're going to taste, something you're used to. This is, bourbony. And if you want something that's really close to like a bourbon that they can really kind of sink their teeth into and enjoy, you might want to start something like Tierra Noble, because that's one's, for me, like very bourbonish. So it's something that would be familiar to them. And then I'd say, now the one thing that's interesting about tequila that's different than bourbon and whiskeys is that the white is actually quite delicious, the Blanco. So where with bourbon and whiskey, the white isn't that great to drink on its own. It's not. And so it's kind of harsh and rough. And it's for a reason, because the barrels and stuff will mellow it out, and it also is better for extracting the wood elements and stuff out of the barrel. So the Blancos are actually quite delicious. And then say, here, try this, and give them a really robust Blanco to try. I would recommend the Carrera, the Lote CTB 045. It's got such a super agave taste to it that people that normally like aged expressions are loving drinking that as a Blanco. So it's changed a lot of people who thought that Blancos were only for mixers, for making cocktails, to actually them drinking Blancos now, which is what I like to see. So I would do that and approach it that way. Spicy margarita using good Blanco, pineapple juice, mango nectar, and red pepper with tahini. Yeah. Okay, that sounds good. I don't like spicy cocktails though. I'm not a spicy cocktail guy, but that sounds great. Hola Hombre and members finally able to make it. I have the day off. Nice. Guillermo, thank you for making it. We're glad to see you. How can I buy the El Tesoro aged in Lafroig barrels when it comes out? If you're a member of the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective, then they get the first option at it. So, and if they buy it all, then it's gone. So to join, if you look in the description here, you'll see to join the Discord. I think the link's in there, and if not, I'll replace it after this. But you just join the Discord group, and you become a member of the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective. And so you'll get options on the Lafroig, you'll get options, the first options and the better pricing on the regular El Tesoro single barrel repo that we're going to do. You'll get the Tequila Hombre edition of the Carrera. Also, you get the special exclusive batch from 1414, the Blanco that we got coming in. We got a lot of stuff happening. And then also the first barrel of the Yayo Reposado, single barrel Reposado. We're getting that for the group as well. There's a lot of things that are coming in for the collective this year. So, and it's $10 a month to be a member of the Discord, and you get the membership and the collective included in that. So, and then what I also do too is I'll arrange discounts on Ferment and Still occasionally, where I'll post it to the group, and or when allocated stuff comes out, like for example the Winter Blend, when it came out, the members got first shot at the first batch that we got, and they got it for a really good price, better than what the price they sold it for on Ferment and Still later, because my partners wanted to make some money on some of it, so they took some, but they allocated a bunch for me for the members, and so they all get better pricing on it. So, and I typically try to give some discounts for YouTube members as well as for Discord members when I can. So you'll see occasionally I'll post something on YouTube and say, this is a discount or a special deal for YouTube members, as my way of saying thanks for sponsoring the channel and, you know, being a supporter. And so I do those every once in a while. And then right now we're going to have, the YouTube members are going to get their credits played after I do reviews and stuff. And then what I'm going to do for the live streams is I'm going to have a ticker that goes on the bottom, like right here on the bottom of the screen. I'm going to have a ticker that rotates through that has all the names of all the people on the YouTube that are members of the channel and support the channel. Is my way of saying thanks to them. So I'm working on getting that implemented. So you'll see that here in future live streams. But then I'm also working on content and stuff for the Hombre Cave, which is kind of more my fun channel where I get to dive into other things other than tequila. So I have a Fortaleza Blanco Mijenta G4. Those are all very good. Those are all very good Blancos. Of those, I like G4 the best. But, I mean, it's up to you on what you want to serve, I guess. I did have a white rye from High West that was great, but they discontinued it. You did have a white rye. Oh, I don't know what that... Hola, can you clear up why Casa San Matias is no longer labeled as additive free on TM? It was never labeled as additive free on TM. They refused to pay Grover to have it be listed as additive free. See, if you're not on the list, it's because you didn't want to pay the money to be on the list. There's a lot of people that are additive free that aren't on the list, and they won't pay to be on the list because they don't feel they need to. And in all honesty, they don't. They don't. There's such a small amount of people that use that additive free list that, you know, Grover came in, they paid Grover to be on the list, and he comes in and does an inspection and stuff and then says, okay, you're additive free, congratulations, you're on the list. They give you stickers, and then every year you have to pay to stay on that list, and if you don't pay, you get taken off the list. So it's a pay to play thing, and there's a lot of distilleries that won't pay to play, and San Matias has never been on the list and never will. But they also pretty much don't use additives. So I'm very good friends with San Matias. They're like my Mexican family. I've got like several distilleries that are like my Mexican family. When I go to Mexico, they're amazing people, and they make good stuff. So don't worry about it. Hola, Al Martinez. How are you? El Tesoro Lafroig available at Total Wine. I got one the other day. So good. Yeah, this is going to be our barrel. So I'll be picking this one myself. Actually, I already picked it. I did a video when I picked it. It was really good. It's going to be really, really, really good. So this is our barrel. They all taste different, so you can taste one from Total Wine and you can like that. You can taste one from another place and not like it, or you can taste another one from another place and say, wow, that blows the Total Wine out of the area. They're all different, so it could be because they're single barrels, so no two barrels are exactly the same. So ours is going to be special because I handpicked it, and I had a good selection, and we're getting a good barrel. It's going to be really good. A group of bourbon guys that I hang out with tend to gravitate towards the Ocho Widow Jane. Yeah, but it's got that really strong Widow Jane bourbon flavor profile to it. So, how similar are Siete Leguas Tecadas and Calle 23 Criollo? How different are they? And which do you prefer? They're very different. Calle 23 Criollo is a lot more complex. And a lot different than the Siete Leguas Tecadas. As far as I'm concerned, the Siete Leguas Tecadas is just an extremely overpriced, decent Blanco. That's what it is. It's nothing special. Where the Calle 23 Criollo with its complexity and stuff is mind-blowing. So you're probably wondering, well, what's the difference between them? Well, the difference between the two is the fermentation that happens in them. Sophie Deckebeck is a biochemist. She is an expert in fermentation. And so she really paid a lot of attention to the fermentation aspect of that and really used some proprietary yeast on it and just did her magic to create that flavor profile, where Santa Leguas just used the regular stuff, but they just used criollo agave, which if you ever go up to an agavero and say, hey, ¿tienes criollo? They look at you, ¿qué es criollo? What's criollo? It's like, and you just kind of sit there feeling dumb for a second. You're like, criollo? And they're like, even Felipe, it's like, said to Felipe Camarena, hey, you ever think about using criollo agave for like a batch or something? He looks at me and goes, what's criollo agave? What's criollo? What's this criollo thing? And then he starts laughing. He goes, that's just something Sophie kind of did and made up. He goes, criollo is basically small agave that weren't tended to, that grow up on the hillsides because they can't get up there to fertilize it and stuff. It just basically is left on its own. It's smaller than the better agave. The better agave is bigger, and so it's bigger and better because the farmers can then sell it by the kilo and make more money on it than the small ones. So that's basically it. I mean, but it's the fermentation that really made Calle 23 so much better, and it's because Sophie Dequebec really knows what she's doing. She's amazing. She's an artist when it comes to fermentation and stuff. All right, so hopefully that answers that question. They're not very similar at all. If you can find the Calle 23 Criollo, buy that over the Siete Leguas Tecadas any day. I got like a dozen bottles of the Criollo because this stuff is so good. It's so good. So yes, you can see bottles up here too on the shelf behind me. It is so good. All right, so Ed Hearns, how are you doing, buddy? From Long Island, it's Edwin. My family's originally from Belmore. I know Long Island well. I used to go Jones Beach all the time with my grandfather and dig up sand crabs. So, okay, thanks for clearing that up for me. I love San Matias. Yeah, San Matias is great, but don't think just because they're not on the list, they're using additives. There's a lot of places that are like, you're like, hey, are you going to get verified additive free? And they go, that, I'm not paying that to tell me that I'm additive free. That's the biggest crock of ever. And so, okay, I guess that means no. I just came back from Jalisco last night. Oh, nice. Where did you visit while you were there? I love going to Jalisco. I need to go. I'm due for another trip. I was supposed to go last month, but I couldn't make it because of family stuff. But I'll probably end up going. I'll probably be there again March, April. Have you ever heard of the brand Agazul? No, I don't think I have. If I saw the label and stuff, I probably could tell you if I know about it or not, but just off reading this off the top of my head, I probably don't. In your video of Siete Leguas Criollo, you basically said it was the best Blanco you've ever tried. Would you put it as the best? Siete Leguas Criollo? I did not say Siete Leguas Criollo was the best I've ever had. I said that Calle 23 Criollo was the best Blanco that I've ever had at that time. Which I did that video, like 2 years ago? But I did not say Siete Leguas Decadas was the best I've ever had. I did not say that. Matter of fact, I said it's overpriced and I would not buy another bottle. I paid $130 for it in Mexico, and I still think that's too much. So in your video, so would you put it as the best now? The Criollo, the Calle 23 Criollo, it's one of the best. It's no longer the best. It was the best until the G408 proof came out. And once the G408 proof came out, that climbed to the top as my favorite high proof Blanco. And then now the Carrera 54. When you guys haven't tried it yet, but when this comes out, it's gonna be the number one because it's so freaking good. This is gonna be the best high proof Blanco because just the regular the CTB 045 Blanco from Carrera, this stuff is the best 40% Blanco on the market today. Absolutely amazing. It is when you're at the distillery and they open up the doors and show you the cooked agave, that flavor that you get when you taste it and the smell that you get is like what you get from that Blanco, which is what I've been waiting for from a Blanco, and I'm glad that the Camarenas delivered it to me because it's absolutely amazing. Can't find Carrera in New York. You can order it online. Order it on Ferment and Still. Just go to fermentandstill.com. You buy the Carrera Blanco there, and we only have the CTB 045 right now, so oh, no worries. Yeah, I think you were talking about the Criollo, not the Siete Leguas. I have not seen Carrera in any liquor stores or bars that I've been in the past 4 or 5 months. Just order, yeah, from Ferment and Still, exactly. Yeah, they have an issue with their distributor doesn't do a very good job of marketing it. Right now, the largest seller of Carrera Blanco in the United States is Ferment and Still. We sell more Carrera Blanco than anybody, and we sell a lot. Since I brought it in after I tasted it in Mexico and then found out that it was on its way here when I worked with them on creating the profile for the Tequila Hombre edition. We've stocked over 70 cases of it and sold them. So, and we're down to like the last, I think they have like, I checked with the other partners and they said, I think they have like 4 or 5 cases left. So we may need to buy some more from the distributor and restock it before it's gone. But it's going very fast. So I need to talk to the partners and make sure they stay up on the inventory on that and see if they'll get back to me on it and stuff. So part 2, town 2 hours out of Guadalajara liquor stores. Had no idea that G4, not Tears of Llorona, owner said it's probably brands meant for US and not here. I was shocked, but is it true? 2 hours of Guadalajara liquor store, had no idea about G4 nor, well, Tears of Llorona is not in Mexico. G4 is. But if you go down to in Guadalajara, liquor stores in Guadalajara have G4. So I found it in El Bujo in Guadalajara in Tlaquepaque. But it's also in some other liquor stores I've seen. I think it's even in what is it? Vino y Licores is the name of the store. They have it there, and then when I was up in Arandas, I went to Santa Barbara Licores and Vino y Licores up there, and both of them had G4, and the Santa Barbara Licores carries the Carrera, and the Carrera we found we bought all the inventory they had up in Arandas for the Carrera, the CTB 046, which is what it was in Mexico. It's a 38% versus a 40. We bought all the inventory that they had up in Arandas, but we ended up getting some more at another liquor store in Guadalajara before we went to the airport. So they do carry them there. Tears de Llorona, though, is a U.S. only, mostly U.S. only. There's only one place I heard of in Mexico that carries the tears, and that is in Cabo San Lucas. It's Tequila Town, and that's just because the owner worked out a deal to get some from German. He's kind of a deal maker, so he set something up. But don't think you're going to get it cheaper in Mexico than the United States, because in Cabo San Lucas you pay what's called a tourist tax on everything there. You walk in and they go, "Ooh, they have Cascoine here. That's great. How much for the Cascoine extra añejo?" And they go, "Oh, it's on sale for $400." And you're like, What? Oh, and then you're like, "Yeah, okay." And then you start looking, "No, wait, because you're a good guy, we like you, we'll give it to you for $350. And you're like, "Okay, yeah, no, that's okay." And then, "Okay, how about we'll do $300? I'm like, "No, you're crazy. That bottle's $60 at the liquor store." And they're like, "Oh, it's not 60. You don't know what you're talking about." I have a timeshare in Cabo. We go like every other year and stuff. And one time they're like, "Yeah, I know who you are. You just think you know everything about tequila, blah, 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 blah." And I go, "I was just at Cascoine. I paid $70 for that bottle. You're telling me it's $300? Well, I can order it on Amazon, or I can call Cascoine and have them ship it to my condo and get that for a lot less." "Yeah, you just get out of my store." I just tried Don Fulano Reposado and I like it. I tried Don Fulano Reposado and I like it. The taste of French oak in my mouth. Hello. Oh, hello, Lambden. Hello. What is that? It's like Jerry Seinfeld. "Hello, Lambden." "Hello, Jerry. Have you tried Arete Suave Blanco?" Yes, I have. I've had the whole entire line of Arete Suave, and it's good. I like it. It's good stuff. I like the añejo too. I like the añejo a lot. But yeah, the Blanco, the Repo, añejo, I like the Suave line a lot better than the basic Arete line, for sure. Do you know of any tequila that is similar to Terralta Blanco? Because I love that. No, I don't. Terralta is its own little animal. I love it too. It's one of my favorite tequilas out of El Pendillo. It's the complexity that it gets from that deep well water, the mineral rich deep well water is just crazy good. I got a couple bottles of the 110 Blanco over here that I keep. And I have the 110 Extra Añejo, and the Reposado is very complex. And it's funny because when I talked to Felipe is a good friend of mine. He's like my hermano. When I talked to him, he's like, about Terralta originally. He says, because, "Mark, I think the Terralta Repo is the most complex Reposado I've ever tasted." And he's tasted a lot of Reposados. So that means something. I think it's pretty complex too, and I think it's really good. So Terralta is one of my favorite lines out of El Pendillo. It's G4 is my favorite, and then Terralta is my second favorite. Because I can't sit and drink Terralta for a long period of time just because it's got that minerality bite to it, where G4 I can drink all day. So I don't think you'll find anything out there similar to Terralta. That's kind of like its own little animal. And I just think you should just buy the Terralta and enjoy it, and don't try to look for anything different because you're wasting your time. Oh, Lord, what a week, huh? Dude, I wonder, for those of you, if you were here yesterday on the Hombre Cave channel for the aging thing, who was here? Who was here last night for the aging thing on the Hombre Cave? I know Jan was here. Who else was here? Robert, I don't think you were here. Emilio wasn't here. Who else was on the Hombre Cave channel last night for the aging live stream? Nobody else? I haven't been able to get my Tequila Ocho Añejo since the distillery changed. Has the taste changed? Yes. Yes, it has. It's changed. It changes with every batch. That's the beauty of Ocho. Every single batch is completely different. Yeah, Jan, I think you're the only one here that was on the live stream last night. You were the only one here. Well, I want to show you something, Jan, and you'll understand this when you see it, because you were here on the live stream on the Hombre Cave last night. But look at this. Look. That's overnight. Just heads up, El Tesoro. Yeah, El Tesoro. Yeah, it's not good stuff. Yeah, I could have told you that. For the better or worse? No, it hasn't changed for the worse. You will never get a bad product from Carlos Camarena. Never, ever, never, ever, ever, ever. But every batch changes, right? So whether it's for the better or worse is completely subjective. But I have never had anything from Ocho that I didn't think was good. I've never had something that I didn't like. They're different. Sometimes, you know, because they're using different agave fields for each batch. So when he changes fields, it changes the flavor profile. But I've never had anything bad out of La Alteña or the new distillery to date. So don't worry about it. Carlos is very, very picky about making sure everything's perfect. Yeah, Chris was also, he doesn't count, exactly. No, that wasn't the square one. No. That's the other one. But that's just overnight. This is going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to tasting these week after week and telling you guys how they're changing. This is going to be great. And what's funny, what's the cool thing is now is, you know, people are still complaining on my post and stuff my review that I did of the El Tesoro, the 85th anniversary extra añejo, the one in the Booker's barrels. People are still complaining about the pricing and cost, right? But only 8 people showed up yesterday to learn how they can do that themselves and pay a fraction of the cost. It's like, okay, well, you know, some people I guess just like to complain because I'm giving people a reason now to go to the Hombre Cave, to subscribe, and to learn how to do stuff where they don't have to spend $500 for an extra añejo. They can make their own. I'm one of the only people in the world that has a Fortaleza extra añejo. Yeah, Fortaleza still strength extra añejo because I made it myself. And this is French oak, and it's the most delicious Fortaleza extra añejo you have ever tried. It is absolutely delicious because I made it myself. It's easy. It's really easy. And if you go to the Hombre Cave, subscribe, watch the aging video I did yesterday. I'll show you how to do it and what to do. And then every week we're going to taste it so we can see how long we need to go to create what we want to create. Oh, you were here, Brian? Were you on the live stream last night? at the Hombre Cave? I didn't see you. Did you comment? Oh yeah, no, Victor, you were there. Yeah, Victor was there. Victor just now commented. You weren't commenting before. But yeah, Victor was there last night. Yeah, it was a good show, right? It's very informative. And Chris answers a lot of questions for people and stuff. He's really knowledgeable. He gets really really deep about wood and stuff. So if you ever really wanted to take a deep dive into how the wood for barreling works, Chris is like an excellent resource for that. He knows a lot of stuff, and he'll flood you with information about the differences and the different quality of wood, and and he really makes sure that his product, the aging staves, are really like the really good quality wood and deliver, you know, the kind of results that most of us, they deliver results on these that most distilleries wish they could get, but they don't want to spend the money on the wood. It's that good. It's that good. And we can do these ourselves, right? And they're not, it's not super expensive. It's very reasonably priced. And we can get extra añejos, you know, in a matter of weeks. So I enjoy sitting down with a good stogie and having some Fortaleza extra añejo, French oak, and it's beautiful. It's like a crazy good Raysol that I only paid $50 for. So still waiting on your Steves. Hint, hint, hint. Chris, are you listening? Hint, hint on your Steves. What are your your staves. Oh, your staves. Steves. Autocorrect. You have Steves coming over to your house. Steve and Steve and Steve. No comment, just hanging out listening. Okay. Hey, Big Ed from Cincinnati. Hooday, right? Hooday. Gotta love it. The Bengals did well, so. Hey, Tim Foster. Retiree edition, weekdays at noon. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, this is the grab a sandwich and sit down and listen and to the Hombre and ask questions while you're on your lunch break or hanging out. I get really good actual participation and stuff at noon. So that's why I was like, hey, let's do something at noon. Have you done a review of Insolito? Like I did, the whole entire line. Yeah, if you go search on the channel, you can actually just type in, click on the little magnifying glass that's right over here on the right side. And it's actually, this is my right side, but since I'm facing you, this is your right side. So right over here, there's a little magnifying glass. If you click on that, and then it'll open up this little space there, and you type in there Insolito, and then hit return or send or whatever, and then it will show you the video of the Insolito review that I did. And you can watch the whole thing. Carrera Extra Añejo. Yeah. And I'll have it before it goes out. I will have it out before it gets out. So, yeah. You guys gotta watch. You gotta watch the Hombre Cave. Gotta go over and subscribe because I'm doing some really cool stuff over there. I really am. We're doing all kinds of cool things. It's not just all tequila related, but there's all kinds of other things mixed in. Talk about stogies and stuff and pairings with stogies. I'm even going to bring some chefs on to talk about doing some food pairings and stuff with with tequila and things like that. I'm going to work on all kinds of like really cool content, and it's going to be in conjunction with this channel. Oh, and by the way, I do have a new tequila brand coming. It's just being sent off to me. So when that lands, I will post on the Hombre Cave a video with the new tequila. So if you're not already subscribed to the Hombre Cave, get on over there. It's the Hombre Cave on YouTube, and it's the supplemental channel to this. But it's gonna be a lot more interesting and probably a lot more subscribers on that because of the different topics that we're covering. I've been spending all morning working on my Lego City, and I know some people are like, Lego City, it's for kids. It really isn't. The whole Lego City thing's become like a subculture, and I originally started it with my daughter during COVID, and it's actually it's actually a lot of fun for me because I get to build things with the bricks and stuff, but then I also wire them for lighting, and so it's all electrical, and so it has working street lamps and lights inside the buildings and flashing lights on signs and traffic lights and all kinds of cool things, working traffic lights that will turn green and then wait a certain period of time before it goes yellow and then red, and then I got cars and cranes doing construction and stuff on there. So it's like, and I have a full-fledged amusement park with I just did a trailer on the channel for the looping coaster that I just built, which if you go, you can actually see the video trailer on the Hombre Cave channel. So some really cool things are going on over there. So, and we're gonna be doing a lot of other things, where this one's gonna be the tequila focused. We're just mostly reviews and Q&As here. And then once I do a review here, a lot of times when I do a review, it's like my first impression, first tasting of it. And then I'll do a secondary dive down into it on the Hombre Cave after the review. Because sometimes I find if I spend some time with something, it may change a little bit. I may, find something I like more or don't like about it, and I'll do more of that on the Hombre Cave, where the Hombre Cave will just kind of hang out and sip it and talk about it, as well as talk about other things that are happening, like maybe sports and stuff that may be going on, because that's what I do when I sit here and drink tequila. I just think about sports and talk about different things and live my life, right? So, so there's a lot of cool things going on. All right, so what else? What else do we need to talk about here? We still got like 15 minutes, so I don't have Jay Rubenfeld here as my my timer today. He's probably working. But what other things you guys want to talk about? We got all kinds of in our area, we are finding more and more restaurants cutting back on their higher end tequilas. They said it's because they raised food prices and tequila demand is down. We sneak in our own. Oh, nice. Well, I haven't heard that tequila demand is down. Maybe it's down for the ones that they're stocking. That could be the problem, because there's been a trend now, which is good, but the trend now and where we're seeing things now. See, there's one thing that a lot of people don't understand is because I've partnered in Ferment and Still, and now I want, first of all, people to understand too, I am not Ferment and Still. Okay, the Ferment and Still is a partnership. It's not just me. So people send me notes all the time, like, "Where's my order?" It's like, I don't know. Send a message to info at, and customer service will help you. We have customer service people that take care of that. I just help curate the site, and then I've got some say in some things, with where if I can work out pricing and stuff for my members and stuff, I do that. But there's partners that are involved in Ferment and Still. But I do a lot of the research. I help find out who's importing the products and stuff that we want to carry, and I tell them, hey, you need to get this up on the site, and they get it up on the site, and then I work on telling you guys about it after I find it and decide I like it. So one of the things that I get to see and get to do is talk with a lot of the distributors. And I talk with a lot of the salespeople and the directors and stuff that work for the distributors, and find out what the trends are, where things are going in the marketplace. So not only do I have connections with the producers and know what the producers are doing and what's happening in Mexico on my trips to Mexico and stuff, but I also have connections with the distributors that supply all the product to the retailers. And the trend now is that people are moving away from the sweeter stuff. So yes, what I'm doing is working. It's working. We're educating people, and people are moving away from the sweeter stuff. They're seeing a decline in the demand for the sweeter stuff and seeing an increase in demand for the more traditional stuff. So you're going to see a lot more distributors looking for more traditional tequilas and stuff that's less sweet, because the sweet stuff isn't moving like it used to, which is great, because it means people are listening, people are watching. You see the subscribers on the amount of subscribers on this channel have gone up. We're doing pretty good. It could be a lot better. It should be a lot better. But the word's getting out, and more people are moving towards more traditional, non-additive laden tequilas, which is good. It's a good thing. And if that demand comes up, it'll force more of the producers to go into producing more of the stuff that people want and less of the sugary stuff that they don't want. Thanks for what you're doing. Great information. I will check out the Hombre Cave. Yeah, definitely go there and subscribe. It's fun too. We do all kinds of fun stuff. So you can even just have it on in the background and listen and enjoy it. I mean, we crack each other up and stuff. We have a good time. And then I'll have some guests that'll come on too, that we'll do interviews, all kinds of different people discussing different things. It's going to be a great channel. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to working on that, in conjunction with this one. So best source for staves that fit in the bottle. The best source is if you go to bbaging.com. They actually are the ones that make it. They cut them to shape and everything. But it's BB as in Beyond Barrel Aging, AGING.com. So BB aging.com, bbaging.com. No shipping to Michigan. No, Ferment and Still does not ship to Michigan at this time. They did, but I guess the state's attorney or whatever is the district attorney or whatever that is sending out letters and cutting down, because the wine industry there is not happy with people ordering their wine and stuff from outside of the state, and what that normally means is that their wine isn't good enough to compete with the stuff coming out of Napa and Sonoma, and so they cut back so nobody else could bring anything in. And this was targeted towards wine sales originally, but unfortunately it all encompassed the liquor and everything else. So they're cutting back so places can't ship into Michigan. Do you ship to Georgia? I don't ship anywhere, but Ferment and Still does. How do you like Soto Coyote Vibora? I haven't had it yet, honestly. I got it right here. Let me see. I need to review this for people, but this is a special Soto. Now, for those of you that don't know, Soto is made from a kind of a different plant. It's called the Daisylarian. But this one, originally, when they did this, I talked to the people there about it too. It's kind of really bright because of the lights, but this is originally they they put viper or snake in the still, and would distill it with the snake. Yes, the snake skin top on it, with the snake in the still, and then what they did is because they didn't want to kill snakes and stuff to do it all the time and end an animal's life, what they did is they changed it now and instead they put a little bit of the viper's venom in the Soto. So it's got venom in it. And so that's why it says special spirits distilled from Soto with natural flavors. The natural flavoring that they added to it is snake venom. So this one's kind of interesting in that it's got snake venom in it. That's the natural flavoring. As it's natural, it comes from a snake. But they said, I'm like, snake venom? Do you have to worry about it hurting people or poisoning? She's like, no, it's not toxic at all to humans. Not when you drink it. Just don't take a syringe and inject it into your bloodstream and you'll be okay. So you can actually see like floating in the bottle, the venom. See that? Can you see the floaties in it? Let me see if you can see it. I'll cover my face up because otherwise it wants to focus on my face. But look at the floaties in the bottle. That's some pretty cool stuff, right? That's snake venom floating around in there. It's cool. But everyone that's tried it says it's delicious. You see all the venom floating around in it? Yeah, there's people that have tried it that I've talked to really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, right? Yeah, avocado is venin. Is that the way you say venom? Veneneo or veneno? Yeah, it's cool. And it's out of Chihuahua. So I'll do a review of it. I'll try it. I'll put it on the calendar. How about open cuts in your mouth? Well, I don't think you have to worry about open cuts in your mouth. It's not going to kill you. I was just joking, man. They're not going to put anything in there that's going to be dangerous to you, even if you have open cuts in your mouth. Where if you have open cuts in your mouth, you seriously should get that checked out. Yeah, I know, but I didn't know venom. If the proper Spanish word for venom was veneno. I've never said to anybody when I was in Mexico, hey, ¿cómo se dice venom in español? I've never done that. So I've never talked about snake venom where I needed to learn the word venom in Spanish. So I was not familiar with how to say venom, but if that's the way, that's cool. Veneno. Learn something new every day. So I always learn from you guys. But this stuff's, I've been meaning to do a review of this because it's intrigued me when I talked to them and they said, we're no longer. Originally, I had tried the one where they had the viper in it. The snake was hanging in the still, but I haven't tried one where they don't do the snake in the still anymore, but do. And that's why it's got this color, this yellow color to it, because it's from the venom in it, since they don't do the snake meat in the still anymore. Oh, cool. All right, cool. Well, thank you. I learned something new. I always like learning something new. Now, if I ever need to say venom when I'm in Mexico, I know how to say it. And it's all Lambden. Lambden, thank you. All right, so anything else you guys want to know about? Now that we talked about snake venom and the Soto and Perfect. Thank you. No, I think everybody's just... I think they're all speechless over the fact that there's a Soto with snake venom in it. Nobody has anything else to say. Veneno. Okay. Got it. Brian's cutting out. You have a good afternoon too, Brian. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully we'll see you on the Hombre Cave when some of the live streams coming up. So anything else anybody wants to know about before we call it quits? We're good. What, 4 more minutes left. Turn some music up. Ooh, this one's funky. Oh, this is good for the race off this one. Oh yeah, baby. Nuts.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, baby. So, I got some smooth jazz for you right here on the Smooth Jazz Radio. Drinking some really fine, smooth tequila with some smooth ladies. My smooth voice right here on All Smooth Radio. KS.
Now it's done. Now it's more of a rave sound. You doing the Hombre Cave during the NFL games? I'm not doing it during the games. Oh, because I want to focus, but I'll do it. We're going to do it on Thursday. Well, unless you guys want to do it during the game, I can actually put the games up on the screen and we can watch, together if you guys want to do like an Hombre watch party. But I don't know if the sound should probably come through. We can do like an Hombre Cave watch party on the screen if you guys want to do that. I'll leave it up to you guys. You guys let me know if you want to do that. We can. But we'll do a NFL one on Friday where we'll check in on the aging projects too, because I think you guys are gonna be really surprised on what's happening with these things now. But then we can talk about the football and stuff on Friday with the games for the weekend. And then if you guys want to do any particular games where you want to watch them and do a live stream, let me know. We can do it. I can do it during the Cowboys game on Sunday, although I think I'm probably gonna be crying more on Sunday than celebrating, but I hopefully I am wrong, which would be a complete and total delight, but you never know. But if you guys are interested in doing that, let me know, and then we can talk about it on Friday if you guys want to do live streams during the games, where I'll put it up on the screen here, and we can all watch and comment and stuff on it while we're watching. I can do that. Although I don't know about whether it would be a legal issue. Probably would be, but I don't know. All right, guys. It seems to have gotten really quiet now. Oh, wait. Let me see. There's another comment coming in here. Takes a second to register up here. So there we go. Cowboys and Tesla tequila. Oh, you're drinking Tesla tequila? Which is really just Nosotros, right? Nosotros Añejo. Maybe Purdy would play like a rookie and give you... Yes, that would be great. What did they say? No rookie has ever made it to a divisional championship game ever. So hopefully the pressure gets to him. especially with the Cowboys defense, and he has some issues, and San Francisco bows out after the first round, which I think would be great. They do yes, they do things big. Everything's big in Texas. That's correct. Because God bless Texas, right? Gotta love Texas. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a show. Hopefully you guys had a good time and learned a lot. And until next time, hopefully we'll see you over on the Hombre Cave channel for some live streams coming up later this week. And like I always say, life is too short to drink bad tequila. So keep following my reviews and my recommendations here on the Tequila Hombre channel, and you'll be in good shape. All right, guys, salute. Bye. We'll see you. Go Cowboys.